Welcome back to DM-Nastics, the gym for dungeon masters to work out their minds. I'm one of your hosts, DM Neil, a.k.a. Jote Maniac.
And it's me, your other host, DM Celeste, a.k.a. Sea Witch.
Whoa, how'd you get here so fast?
Oh my god, I like to move it. Move it. Oh no.
I didn't think you were... So in my head, you were going to reference a spell.
Oh, I see. Yes, I use...
No, it's...
Haste.
It's fine.
I cast Haste, Neil. I dimension doored right in here. Bam.
But you did allude to the title. Gotta move it. Because today we are going to be breaking down an article that does a good job at referencing how did you describe it? Because right before we got on, I think you described it perfectly.
Yes. So this article is, it's called 15 Best Mobility Spells. And what I said immediately, I was like, yes, because mobility spells are some of the most underrated spells in the entire game. So I always love this topic. And man, mobility is king. Mobility, everybody sleeps on it, but the ability to move around the battlefield really fast, to be able to like go up in the air, kick flip off of stuff. So good. So good for D&D and all D&D adjacent games. I cannot express how powerful that is. We actually designed monsters around mobility, like from a CR perspective. Because speed is everything, y'all.
Yeah, if you can move out of the way, it's probably harder to hit you.
Mm-hmm.
And then haste and its action economy. We'll get into it, but we are looking at an article from CBR, and it's written by Paul DeSalvo. That said, I will preface a thing that we get to do now is this was last updated on June 1st of 2022. So there may be times that we're going to be talking about older versions of spells while looking up newer versions and doing that whole thing, because that's what every table is doing. Yep. So I'm comfortable doing it on there as well.
We're in 5.5 now, baby. All the rules, rules are different.
Yeah. We definitely don't have to do all 15 if we don't want to, but we will kick it off with number 15.
Yes.
Because I feel like it comes up a lot, and only after they need it will players begin to talk about freedom of movement.
Freedom of movement. So underrated, because freedom of movement is a 4th level spell. So a lot of the time people just skip right over it when they're picking spells because they're like, oh, 4th level, all the other cool stuff, because you really do get quite a few juicy options at 4th level. But freedom of movement is a fantastic spell just because of the laundry list of things it lets you ignore. Just, I mean, it's what it says on the tin. Like, pretty much no paralysis, no difficult terrain, no, like, it's pretty great, especially if you have frontline fighters.
For the duration, you're unaffected by difficult terrain, and other magical effects can neither reduce your speed nor cause the target to have the paralyzed or restrained conditions. In addition, the target can spend 5 feet of movement to automatically escape non-magical restraints, such as manacles or a creature imposing the grapple condition.
Also, it's worth mentioning, it lasts for an hour. And it's not a concentration spell. So this is like, I mean, Death Ward is also, I think, a 4th level spell, but like between Freedom of Movement and Death Ward, like if you can set it up that you have somebody who can cast this on, your frontline fighter, like you're set for the rest of the game, because being paralyzed is probably like one of the worst conditions possible in the game. And restrained is also pretty terrible. Since attack rolls against you have advantage against restrained creatures. You have disadvantage on a bunch of saves and stuff. Like, this is a great spell. I'm always, team abjuration spells, and this is a fantastic one.
And another great thing to keep in your back pocket if it seems like the tactics of your players are very paralyzed, restrained, oriented, and then you can kind of have this. It's certainly not a arms race, magical arms race, but it is like if you have a larger boss that you're wanting to throw in front of them and have it be a little harder, if those are their go-to tactics, having the boss happen to have this spell, or is it a ring, or some magical element to give them this.
Put this on your mages. This will immediately make your archmages and your liches 5,000 times better at surviving. Wow, that's only number 15. That's like number 1 for me. Okay, let's see what else is going to happen here.
Like I said, we could jump around to any that jumps out at you.
Okay, well, I mean, we'll go fast. How about that? Okay, 14. Okay. Zephyr Strike. Oh, okay. So this was one of those like Xanathar ones, I want to say. So Zephyr Strike allows the user to make an attack with advantage that deals extra force damage and then increases the user's speed by 30 feet. Whoa. I mean, that's pretty cool. I don't think I've ever used this spell. Oh, it's a bonus action too. Oh, that's always nice. Yeah, you move like the wind until the spell ends. Your movement doesn't provoke opportunity attacks.
There you go.
Whoa. Wow, this spell is so good. What? Oh, it's only a ranger spell. That's why.
Oh, okay.
So I was like, what? How have I not used this constantly? It's one of those special ranger only deals. Man, this would be so good on like a paladin though. Or like a blade singer wizard.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. The version of a ranger that gets to use melee weapons, this is wild.
It's his choice. God, it does so much stuff for first level. Yeah. Man. All right. Absolutely. Okay, great pick.
So, gaseous form lets the character slip through the cracks.
Yep, number 13, gaseous form.
You're reduced to 10 feet, but again, this is all about overall mobility, not just moving faster. Because, you're able to pass through basically anything.
Yep.
I do like the idea that the rogue can't pick the lock, and the mage is like,
I got this. I'll be a fart cloud. Boop. Yep. And also, while you're a gaseous thing, you have resistance to all damage. An advantage on save. So this is pretty much a get out of jail free card. This is why, a fun fact, why vampires, their misty escape allows them to basically be a gaseous cloud. So, and they just go away. So this is a great exploration spell that I feel like people do indeed sleep on. I constantly have players who are trying to like look through cracks and doors and like get under things and I'm like, just take this spell, man. It's perfect for sneaking.
I mean, you can't do a lot. It is basically just floating around. But, like you said, your ability to get places that you otherwise couldn't is through the roof.
This isn't a combat thing. This is a exploration for sure. Because also, who's going to notice a cloud of mist? Like,
but I will say it is one I would definitely put a pin in if I had a player pick it, just to like try and keep that in the back of my mind.
Yeah.
That catch-all solution is just literally floating around.
Yep. So. Oh boy. Okay, at number 12, I mean Misty Step. Yeah, this everybody knows. Everybody knows Misty Step is perhaps one of the most reliable mobility spells. There you go. For lower level characters, Misty Step, bonus action, 30 feet teleport. Great. Incredible. Anything that's a bonus action that lets you move faster is great. And magical teleportation obviously is the king of all movement types because it doesn't proc opportunity attacks and everyone loves Misty Step. That's why Wizard puts it on like every class now. Every subclass gives you Misty Step.
Misty Step. Would you like Misty Step?
Oh, do you like Misty Step?
Bet you would.
Oh, are you a level 10 sorcerer, 60-foot fly speed and Misty Step? It's a classic. Oh, this next one. I don't. Kinetic?
It's called Kinetic Jaunt.
Yeah.
I was trying to figure. Okay, so Bard, Sorcerer, Wizard, Artificer. You magically empower your movement with dance-like steps, giving yourself the following benefits. For 1 minute, second level spell, 1 bonus action, you get 10 feet speed increase. You do not provoke attacks of opportunity, and you can move through the space of another creature, and it doesn't count as difficult terrain. If you end your turn in another creature's space, you are shunted to the last unoccupied space you occupied, and you take 1d8 force damage. So it's a little bit of the Zephyr Strike.
Yeah, but without the advantage on a hit, basically, at the end. Huh, what is this from? It's from Strixhaven?
Strixhaven, yes.
I'm always like with spells like this, I'm like, how is that tied to the source material? What was it about Kinetic Jaunt that is so important in the magical wizard school? Second level spell.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it is a bonus action. So it's pretty nice.
Oh, yeah. Of course. This is great. You're like, I'm in an awful position. I would like to use my bonus action to run away.
Yeah.
And not not have someone just beat the brakes off me
do that.
as I do it.
Yes.
Duh. Okay.
Good. Fantastic. Especially if you're surrounded. This is a great one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh no, there are 20 goblins. Later. Let me dance away.
The next one. So.
Oh, yes.
I mean, for all time.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Number 10, Spider Climb. God, yes. So good. Still to this day, one of my top 10 best magic items ever are the slippers of Spider Climb.
Yep. Coupled with the Cloak of Arachnid.
Yep. So that's it. Walk around on ceilings. Yep.
In the play-by-post game that I played, the thief had the cloak, the fighter had the slippers. I eventually asked maybe too many questions, and the too many follow-up questions came from my questions of like, wait a minute, isn't he just like a giant minotaur? Like, how is he running up this? And I was like, never mind. Oh, shoot. Never mind. No, he was doing it great. And I love it. Let him go.
Yeah.
This one has always been interesting to me because like I feel like at my tables, it doesn't happen that often. Fly takes to the sky is number 9.
Yep.
Yeah, you can fly around.
I mean, at a certain point, you have to have someone in the party who casts fly, right? Because otherwise, what are you going to do? And like the elemental planes, or going through the void, or, you got to have some self-propulsion when, gravity stops being a normal rule. So
this one feels almost, like you're saying, it's more of a
requirement.
Than it is something else. Because like the spider climb starts to change things in both people's minds, like are both sides of the screen. Like you're thinking in 3 dimensions more than you were previously. Fly, you are, but I don't feel like it's the same. You're like trying to figure out how to, prove elevation versus others and things like that.
And like dealing with falling and all the checks and the thing. And it's like, it's a whole.
Or it's I can do it. Yeah. And now I cracked your puzzle.
I can do it forever. I've solved all of that part of the game. Exploration means nothing. And you're like, oh, okay.
Well, fine.
Number 8, here we go. My favy, Dimension Door. Guys, if you've ever selected 4th level spells and not chosen Dimension Door when it was an option, you're a fool. Go back and choose Dimension Door. So many times I've been playing where Dimension Door has saved my butt, or like a party member. I can't even count. There's so many times. Because, I mean, being able to teleport to non-occupied space within 500 feet and take someone with you, this is the ultimate, like, oh my god, my friend is dying on the ground, like, grab them and, like, boop out of trouble. Or, like, the whole earthquake, the whole world is collapsing, boop, out of the crevice, done, solved. Oh no, I'm falling off a dragon's back, blah, Dimension Door, boom, safe. So good.
Yep.
So good.
I mean, the less you know about where you're going to go, Dr. Seuss, is, I mean, that's
the places you'll go.
Yeah. With Dimension Door, all the places you'll go. But no, I don't want to do this anymore. I could, but I don't want to do it anymore. Yeah, and so like with the dragon one, that gets really interesting because like I'm probably going to add an additional, like not knowing what your attempt was, but in my mind, let's say the player wanted to get back on the dragon.
Yeah.
I'm going to probably put an additional roll on that because now you're trying to like, triangulate that. Yeah. That's super cool though. If you can land it, or if it's a true unknown, what's the variance on that? Yeah. And do you take a little bit of damage because you get shunted because you were off by a little bit?
You cut off somebody's arm because it's in a wall, all kinds of teleporter accidents.
But that's the only kicker with all of that is like they have to just not even be able to see it in the first place. Because if you can see it, well, I don't have anything to say as the DM. Like, I'd
that's
like
awesome.
To go to that spot. Yeah,
because 500 feet is far enough that probably no one is going to be able to catch up with you if you are running away at that point. Yeah. So that is a get out of jail free card for sure.
Yeah, a few of these spells together.
Oh yeah, there we go. Yeah. So 7, Wind Walk, lets characters soar. And then 6, I feel like Transport via Plants. Those are both two big druid.
Nature moves.
Yeah. Be the wind. Go through trees. Windwalk, I don't think I've ever had a druid high enough level in the party to cast it. Isn't this the one that's like 8th or 9th level?
Yeah, because you are. If this is the one I think it is, this is the one where you are moving.
Yes, you can move at up to 300 feet, and it can last up to 8 hours. So this is like travel the world. This is like airplane. Get on an airplane in D&D. So I've never played with a druid high enough level to use this, but I have seen transport via plants and tree stride. I have seen come into play several times. It's cool. I like the theme of it too. It's like open a tree, pop out in a tree somewhere else.
Well, especially again going back to the known and the unknown, like the Critical Role, does this pretty well of like establishing certain, tree spots that you're going back and forth through. All right, hold on. Inquiring minds want to know. Yeah. I mean, with zero additional attempts and me not really trying to like push the limits of that spell, you are going a minimum of 70 miles an hour as that cloud.
Oh, you're looking for the windwalk?
That's action and movement. That's not me trying to push the bonus action. That's not me trying to do anything else interesting with it. That's just me trying to get a baseline of the least common denominator for every member in the party.
Yeah.
How fast are you all going to travel?
Windwalk is ridiculous.
Miles an hour.
Talk about ignoring exploration. That's what that is. And then, I mean, druids, man, like 20th level druids are just banana pants. The stuff they can do. It's like, and then like animal shapes. It's like everyone can turn into whatever animal you want. So you could be like a herd of, lions. You can be a pride of lions just for fun. Like what?
So I will go on the briefest of tangents. I don't know who's working on Godzilla's marketing. I feel like I've had to have brought this up on the podcast before, but I don't know who'll be working on Godzilla's marketing team, but they are on an absolute warpath to just put that big lizard back in the zeitgeist because Naruto, I want to say, had a crossover. Ninja Turtles definitely had a crossover. Power Rangers definitely had a crossover. He was one of the new Ghost Riders at one point recently. And I saw articles that were like, you can become Godzilla as a druid. And I was like, I don't know if he's like, and in I didn't even have time to click on it, but I'm like, I assume it's actual.
Yeah.
Actual Godzilla.
Yeah. Actual Godzilla. Not a T-Rex. You can be actual Godzilla. Wow. Incredible. So. All right. Okay. So yeah, that's a good. Okay. And then we have coming up 5, the steed spells. Yep. I like how they group them all into things because find steed. There's the phantom steed. There's find greater steed. There's all kinds of. Isn't there like
conjure night? I mean, conjure, and you could choose to conjure something. Yeah. That could carry you. Yeah. I mean, yeah. I mean, that's just
it's good. Yeah.
I understand.
I love this because magical mounts are perfect for this game because then you don't have to be sad when they inevitably die or can't go into the dungeon with you. And it's fine. You just make a new one with magic. Boop.
Yeah, you don't get to be the adventurer who keeps messing up a town by buying their like 3 horses.
Yeah.
And now they have none.
And you've destroyed their agricultural economy.
This one feels a little bit like, I mean, mobility, sure, but at the same time, I know it's a little rough for me. Plane shift, like you're going to another plane. I don't know.
Yeah, number 4, plane shift. Yeah.
I don't know that I classify this as mobility necessarily.
Yeah, I think in terms of like, big exploration, but plane shift is like the earliest spell you can get. That's like the big teleport, right? Because beyond this, it's just it's like gate, which is like 9th level, and then teleportation circle, which I think is like 8th level. So, yeah. I mean, this is your early one.
Yeah. I mean, and you're going to same. I mean, it falls into fly basically for me where like eventually like it's a thing you're going to probably try and do because you're going to, that's your characters become strong enough that those are the issues they're going to work on is planar issues.
Yeah.
This one's interesting. There would be, no judgment on how these lists get created or the order in which they're. But like trying to assume that maybe that was an attempt. Water Walk is number 3.
Yeah.
Though not flashy as jumping between planes, Water Walk provides a level of utility that cannot be passed up by any D&D character able to pick it. Yeah, I mean, 10 creatures. That's the other interesting thing always about this one is that unlike a lot of the other ones, like, yeah, the whole party gets to do it.
Yeah, the whole party gets to it. Yeah, and I mean, that's kind of the trade-off, because it is a 3rd level spell, which is a hard pill to swallow when you have, you're competing against, like, Fireball and Dispel Magic and some of the heavy hitters. This one is hard to pick, but the benefits are you can cast it as a ritual, so that's nice. And yeah, up to 10 creatures. Like, there are very few spells at this level that can affect so many targets at once. I feel like also though this is really specific to your campaign, because how often are you going to need to, run across lakes that you can't swim through, or,
Yeah, go around.
So, but if you're in a pirate campaign, heck yeah, you do this.
Yeah.
You do this. You take them by sea with your feet.
That's what I'm saying. Boarding party, prepare. And just run. This is a great idea.
They're overboard. Oh, wait, no. Fun.
Number 2, speaking of.
Hey, Gate. Yep. A 9th level spell. Gate functions as an even more useful alternative to plane shift. Yep. This is basically like we're saying, it's a need to have at this point. If you have a wizard, you have teleportation circle. If you don't have a wizard, if you're literally any other casting class, you have to get Gate, and then the circle is complete. But yeah, you need a reliable way at this level to like get across the planes of existence, because nothing on the material plane is challenging enough for you anymore by the time you're learning Gate.
And then the rounder out.
Up one. Yep. There it is. Teleport. Yep.
7th level.
Yeah. So teleport. That's the one. I think the thing is, am I right in saying it's only wizards that can do teleport? That's why it's
bard, sorcerer, and wizard.
Yeah. Yeah. So there's few people who can do it. And yeah, but what I really like about this is the teleportation circle aspect of it. So like this also links with the teleportation circle spell. So this is like, this is your magical teleport machine. This is the way you do that. So like you can boop to a wizard's college because they've spent the time and money to make the circle and do the thing. So I like it that it's kind of a world building spell in a lot of ways too. A way to connect you to your factions or your, hometown or whatever.
The secondary one that is of equal chance to just go where you want, which is 100% guarantee, is just a linked object, which I also think is really cool, where you think like, is it a throne room?
Yeah.
Is it is it something?
A mirror, a cool mirror that you step out of, like every time, right? Yeah. Or a wardrobe when you go to Narnia, it's very fantasy.
Just a false door. Like it doesn't, back in the, the home base, the keep or whatever.
Yeah.
If you were there, you would open it and
the bookcase swings open. And you're like, ha.
Yeah. And so, but from there, like you just start to do more interesting things. Are you very familiar? Well, now you have a 25% chance of failure. Seen casually. Now we're getting closer to 55%. Viewed once or described. Now you basically you only have a 25% chance of on target success.
Yeah.
And my favorite and the funniest is false destination.
Yep.
Because what I never quite understand, and like, I'd have to navigate it mentally in the time and space that it happens, is because it's described as is a place that doesn't exist. Perhaps you tried to scry an enemy's sanctum, but instead viewed an illusion. Or you are attempting to teleport to a location that no longer exists. There's a 50% chance that you go to a similar area. What is that?
Yeah. Like,
super
but it could be anywhere.
Yeah.
So
it's so weird.
Yeah.
It's so weird. But yeah, mobility spells. Yeah. You should get them.
It's good. Get some. They're really good. Guys, they're really good. Sometimes just blowing stuff up more isn't as interesting in spellcasting. Do this stuff. Hey, especially druids. Like 10 of these spells were for you guys. Get in there. Get in there, druids.
Listen, I am down to open a portal and have a fighter Sparta somebody right through
that portal. Just kick open a tree.
Yeah.
Stride through that plant.
It's a 2-step banishment.
Incredible.
But if you enjoyed that and you want to tell us about the mobility spells you've been using, as always, you can email us at dungeonmastersblock@gmail.com. And of course, if you head over to social media, I don't know. It might be better today. Probably not. You can find us at DMS_block or me at Joke Maniac.
Yeah, and you can always find me at C. Konowich. And for everything else on the network, check out blockpartypodcastnetwork.com. And, as always, a huge thank you to the bards over on Bombarded for our intro and outro music. You can find out more about Bombarded at bombardedcast.com.
But with that, let's head to the post-workout cooldown and stretch with the light bulb.
Light bulb.
I swear this is something we've talked about before, or at least gotten close to it. But with the cruise and con season coming back around, this is very important for all of us traveling farther than a vehicle can take us. And we're going to be talking about Towns and Taverns, Book of Battle Maps by Loke. I've used their other stuff before. I think, actually used some of these for towns. Basically, they're just flip out dry erase.
Oh, so great.
Booklets that are dry erase. But what's always interesting is, especially if they have a 1 and 2 series of anything, is that you can open them both up and the 1 and 2 series will match up to each other. And then you have a much larger map that you can work off of. You certainly can, you could have 2 1s and put them together as well. But the 1 and 2 is also very, very interesting. But yeah, it's super, super simple. It's easy. Honestly, it's been marginally inspirational as well, because I'm like, oh, okay, I'll do this battle this way because I can see these things on the map and I have an idea of what the players are probably going to do. Yeah, now that I'm even looking at it, they have it set where it's set off there. It's offset rather than, because you have 2 fold out pages, and rather than having it stacked directly on each other, they're staggered. So
nice. So even more options on top of it. Yeah, and like these big spiral bound like flat books are so great. I think a million years ago when I was doing D&D in a castle, they gave us some of those as part of like a DM kit, and it was so great because they're big but they lie flat, so they're perfect for a suitcase. So man, because traveling with heavy things or like 3D terrain can get so expansive. These are just great. And they usually have a great range that's like, honestly, you have a map for whatever terrain you could possibly need.
I mean, we don't usually give advice this direction, but I'm always happy to do it. And I'm sure that a lot of the stuff that we've given out as advice in this section has fallen into this category. But if you are someone that is running a con or putting something on and having DMs that, even if it's your local game store or anything like that, these are a really good resource, because honestly, the first time I experienced them was as a DM on the cruise.
Yeah.
They had those available and I just grabbed a few of them, flipped them real quick. It was like, oh, this is perfect. And for me, it was perfect for the battle that I already had going in my mind. And I was like, all right, perfect. I'll use these and I'll adapt it a little bit this way and that. And then go.
If you run a D&D club at your school or one, like if you can buy a set of these or donate them to a library, like these are the kind of tools that will be useful over and over and over again. So get them. If you have a DM, you don't know what to get them for their birthday or whatever, like get them one of these. It's a lifesaver.
Yeah, as someone with a truly unreasonable amount of absolutely stunning physical terrain, it's rough to just have. I mean, I use it all the time, and that's the only way I justify it in my mind. That's the only way I justify it in my household, is that I use it as regularly as I can for any version of a game that fits anything that I have going. But storage is
is at a premium. Get them flat.
Well, perfect. But with that, we'll turn out the lights and we'll head out of the gym. But before we go, I want to implore you, the listener, join the Discord and anywhere you can find us on social media so that you can take part in these challenges, exercises, and other amazing conversations being had.
To do that, head over to bit.ly/DMBanter and try some DM-Nastics so your players don't ask, do you even lift?